Good morning. Happy Monday. What a weekend. Welcome into the number one Group of Five college football show in the history of the world. This is the Group of Five guys. Our mission is to be the voice for the Group of Five football programs, the voice that the mainstream sports media refuses to be. We need your help. Hit the follow button on all the social media platforms at Group of Five guys. Go to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the Believe Network, wherever you get your best podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a 5-star rating and a review. Most importantly, share with your family and friends. On this episode, we got a lot of really good games from the weekend to talk about. We got a Tuesday night matchup in the Sun Belt we got to talk about. We're going to talk about playoff tiers and plenty more. Hope you enjoy the show. This is the Group of Five guys, and we are coming to you live.
They got Old Dominion week 3, and ODU is by no means a layup. The Group of Five guys told me that, so that has to be true.
We looked at each other. We was like, Mike, the best place to be is a Group of Five. So I'm sitting here with the Group of Five guys, right?
Detroit has won. It's been a winner, and it's a special place. So it's why you want the job.
But it's a ton of fun to watch a guy go to the NFL from a Nevada or a Colorado State or a Middle Tennessee or an App State, and fans follow that kid.
It was across there. You want to have this thing packed out, have the student section packed out, giving those guys hell on the sideline. I mean, that's part of it. I mean,
win or lose, like we're winning the tailgate.
There's no better place to be developed in this country than Boise State.
Jeff, you said it before we got on the air. Shay just said it in the chat. We've been talking about it. Is this not the most, not just inconsistent, but inexplicable college football season you've ever been a part of?
It has to be. In years past, I can't remember another one that has just been so up and down, like week to week. Team looks great, team looks terrible. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. And I don't know if that's parity because of the transfer portal NIL or, Gruden's been talking about it for a couple of years now. I feel like just football in general is kind of dumbed down. Coaching, feels like there's new coaching at every stop every 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very interesting, but another wild weekend in the Group of Five for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's a big part of it is there's inconsistency, not just on the field, but there's inconsistency everywhere. There's inconsistency with players on the roster. There's inconsistency with coaches, with coaching staffs, with offenses, with defenses, inconsistency with rules, inconsistency with who gets a chance to play for a playoff, inconsistency with conferences. Everything is just changing year after year after year after year. And I mean, I think, it's fun because it makes for wild games and upsets and things like that. But it's not fun because I think it's worse football. Sometimes I don't mind seeing a team that's a juggernaut be that and just dominate. Sometimes you want to see that. You want to see that out of teams where you're like, we know that this team is better than everybody else. Now go play like it. And again, we said this last week. It's not just, yes, this is a Group of Five show. It's not just the Group of Five, right? I mean, you look across the country and I've not watched a single snap of Ohio State or Indiana, but other than probably those two, I mean, right? You're going to hear everybody's talking about Alabama, but they damn near lost to South Carolina this weekend. They did lose to a bad Florida State team. Miami 2 weeks ago looked like potentially the number one team in the country. Then they lose to freaking Louisville. And then they end up winning. They don't play good this past week against a bad Stanford team. So who is going to be the team that steps up and dominates week after week? Now, what I will say about all that is we now sort of have this proof that everybody's got a game or two in them where they're just going to look bad. So don't sit up here and tell me that Memphis can't go on the road, probably in a first round of a playoff, and one of these teams just has their game. That's a bad one. And Memphis has their good game. Thank God they've already gotten their bad one out. So I think everybody's got a chance every single week. There's no, I mean, listen, UAB beating Memphis. He's not talked about as much, but it might be the biggest upset of the entire season. I ain't looking like the point totals on it, but anybody can get it, Jeff, any day of the week.
Yes, they can. And there is a big one on Wednesday, Sprouse, because the Blue Raiders have gotten all of it out, hopefully. And now they're going to be ready on Wednesday when Jack State roll into town. And I'll be there. The Murphy family will be there.
Yeah, you will.
After working on the dang new store. About a week-ish out from officially opening store number 2. So
that's big time, man.
Pretty fired up. Pretty tired, too. But burning that midnight oil.
Well, and that's such a good transition there, Jeff, because is there anything like a hot cup of Joe at 5, 6 in the morning? I mean, especially when you got Decker Gray coffee brewing, you put it on the delayed brew, it's ready for you. It just wakes you up with the aroma of some Nebula coffee going throughout the house. Decker Gray, make sure you go to the website, deckergray.com, use our promo code GOFG, 10% off plus free shipping. Roast to order coffee. They got ground coffee, they got whole bean coffee, and they got K-Cups available and a subscription available too. Make sure you use that promo code GOFG. Also, Level Sports Picks. I know we got college football every night except Monday or except Sunday and Monday. But we got NFL, we got soccer, we got hockey, we got the World Series, we got UFC. Make sure you visit Level Sports Picks. Click the link in our bio. You can join that Discord and get all the best plays. I mean, I saw a lot of money being counted over the weekend.
Yep, NBA's in full swing now, and Jay Van hit a couple lottos in the NBA slates over the weekend, so definitely check out Level Sports Pick.
So, all right, Jeff, I came up with something here. I did this without your consent, but and I made it look like we agreed upon this too. So I've got the tiers. So here's where, in my opinion, in my opinion, it's going to be tough to get 2 bids because we're not going to get anybody at large, I don't think, with South Florida. South Florida, I think, was our only shot to get an at-large bid. But with them losing their second game, that's going to be tough. Now, maybe the ACC will cannibalize. Maybe the Big 12 will cannibalize. I don't know. BYU's kind of looks like they've gotten their tough games out for the Big 12. But so here's the way I see it, Jeff. First choice, first tier is going to be an undefeated or a 1-loss. And I don't mean in conference. I mean overall record, by the way. I got people tweeting about it. Who do you see South Florida losing to? Miami and Memphis, probably. I mean, what do you mean? They lost 2 already. So first choice, undefeated or 1-loss American champion. So that would include Memphis, 1 loss, Tulane, 1 loss, Navy currently undefeated, and North Texas with 1 loss. That's kind of your first choice. And it should be also in the second, but I think your second tier is a 2-loss American champion, South Florida. I think South Florida is the team in the American that with 2 losses jumps any of the 1-loss, other chances. Tier 3, I have 1 loss, Sun Belt champion, James Madison. This is where you get into a little bit of debate because some people think a 2-loss Memphis or a 2-loss Tulane would get in over a 1-loss James Madison. I'm not so sure. Tier 4, I have 2-loss American champ. So 2-loss non-South Florida American champ. So that's saying, Navy drops 2, Memphis drops another 1, Tulane drops another 1, and then still wins the American. I think they get in next. I think after that, it's time to start talking about a certain team in this regard. But 1 loss, Mountain West champion, San Diego State, I think needs to be in this conversation. And then after that, I think if San Diego State, you got UNLV could be in that mix if they somehow find a way to win the Mountain West. And then 2-loss Mountain West champ, Boise State. So pretty much after the 2-loss American champion, I think you get Mountain West champ whoever it is. I mean, I think it's unlikely that Boise loses again and San Diego State loses again. If that get past that, I mean, we got chaos. We got absolute chaos after that.
True chaos. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to boil down to if James Madison can handle business and you're a one-loss conference champ, I think it's going to be very difficult to keep them out unless you have a one-loss American champ. Even just based on the resumes.
Yeah, you mean a 2-loss American champ? I mean, a 1-loss American champ's getting in over.
That's what I meant. Yeah, a 2-loss American champ.
Yeah, because North Texas is the one that's debatable there because their schedule lined up a little bit differently, and they don't have Tulane, man. You know, I think I'm guilty of this, but I think we've discredited their Duke and Northwestern wins, who both have turned out to be pretty good teams in the Big Ten and in the ACC. And Tulane really manhandled both of them.
Yeah.
Now their loss to Ole Miss is just a rough one because it's just an absolute manhandling. But South Florida got manhandled by Miami.
Yeah.
And you know, so what is it? What's better? What's a better loss? Since we do quality losses, right? Matters more. Blown out by Miami or blown out by Ole Miss, or fluke loss to UAB. I think that's what we're seeing too. You saw with the AP, Memphis back in the poll. I think they've chalked that one up as that was a total fluke, would never happen again. Because you know, it's tough to justify that loss. I'm glad the AP did. I'm going to get up here and say, great job by the AP to chalk that up as like a interim head coach.
1 game bump.
1 game, fluky game, injured quarterback, all that stuff. Because then you come back a week later and you beat South Florida, which is a damn good win.
By the way, the 1 game bump does not apply to Colorado State.
No, it does not, Jeff. We're going to see so many 1 game bumps across the country.
It's coming.
Yeah, and LSU fired Brian Kelly. Look, we're going to lose some coaches here, okay? And there's also going to be, I think, some coaches shifting around. So you're going to see some coaches, you know, I don't even want to bring up any names because I don't want it to happen. But you're going to lose a coach or two probably to LSU, or still don't even have Auburn and Florida State officially open. I will say
Florida's
this.
Open.
Texas might open. Sarkisian wants to go coach the Titans. You see that?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You see his now I got to find it because I just saw this last night. You go and I'll find this clip.
Well, what I was going to say, I was just going to I was going to implore these coaches that their names keep coming up of, man, these guys are miserable at these places. I mean, you can just tell Brian Kelly's miserable. Now, he seems like just a miserable guy a lot of times. I think Sarkisian, I think they're miserable at these jobs. The boosters control everything. Yes, they got all the money they could ask for. They got all the resources they could ask for. But the minute somebody that gives a lot of money gets emotional, they're out of there or they're feeling pressure. And I just, I don't know. I know I'm not being realistic, but I hope nobody leaves. Can't find it. What did he say? He doesn't want to go?
No, basically, he called the entire that specific reporter and the media out. Being like, there's no validity to that I want to go to the NFL. There's one reporter that wrote this article, and the entire media has now gone on put this out like it's fact. And he's like, and I'm having to address to my team that this is completely a lie. This is wasted brain power. This is wasted energy on something that's not true. And he just rips them. I should have downloaded it, but I can't find it.
That's all right. Well, Jeff, we got to get into a lot of football here, and then we got some voicemails. So let's start. It's how we've been starting these shows on Monday. Let's start with games that had playoff implications. And I'm going to start somewhere I don't think you thought I would start, Jeff, but we got to give these guys a shout out. They had a tough loss on national television, and they have bounced back. I know they've played some not great teams, but North Texas and Drew Mestemaker, man, what an unbelievable story. I hope to God that guy stays in Denton, Texas. 608 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 different receivers over 100 yards. and a new North Texas all-time record. And I want to say, what is it, 8th or 9th all-time across the country in passing yards?
Just a beautiful performance by him. And those receivers, man. I mean, Young, Dorner, and Sides, you mentioned them. Every time they get the ball, they are just faster than everybody else on the field. I mean, they are just, a lot of it's like a short drag route or something. You know, they hit some big shots, don't get me wrong, but like a lot of it is short and catch and run, man. Just breaking tackles, running away from everybody. They are so much fun to watch. And I know Charlotte struggled this year. They've had a ton of injuries, but that's what you're supposed to do against a team like this. And they've been able to do it. You mentioned the Hughes bounce back win. I mean, if you just look at their schedule, Sprouse, the rest of the way, Navy's a big one.
Huge this weekend.
But then, you know, at UAB, at Rice, Temple at home to finish it off. I mean, those are all very winnable games. This offense is explosive. Nobody's really stopped them outside of South Florida, like stifled them to a point.
They turned them over a little bit. Yeah.
But man, the Mean Green are rolling.
Yeah, they're going to find themselves in the American Championship game. And that's where, right, you can't get ahead of yourself. You watch these games and they put all these freaking odds out there and you put Memphis, Tulane, and South Florida. And it's like, well, all North Texas got to do is just win that. You got to win the title. You can win all the games you want. And if you don't win the championship game, you're not getting in. So you got to give credit to North Texas. They're more than likely going to find their way in. And what's crazy about it, Jeff, is I got up here preseason talking about the American, and I told you Reese Poffenberger was going to be the guy at North Texas. And Drew Mestemaker wasn't on my radar. I don't think he was on a whole lot of people's radar. The guy hadn't started a game since middle school. So unbelievable for him, man. Credit to him, credit to North Texas, and they just keep on rolling.
You want to know something's crazy looking at this, and I could be wrong, but let's just say, you know, Memphis had the big win, right? They got to play Tulane in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a chance that South Florida and Memphis are both bounced out of the title game?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If Tulane
beats North Texas.
If Tulane beats Memphis,
conference champ.
That's that. I mean, not is there a chance, Jeff? I think that's kind of likely, dude. Memphis Tulane is going to tell you a lot because if Tulane beats Memphis, that knocks Memphis to 2 conference losses, and Tulane doesn't have any still, by the way. So, and they don't play South Florida. So who's Tulane got? You looking at schedules? Who's Tulane got left?
Tulane they got on the road at San Antonio. That's going to be a tough one. On the road at Memphis. And they got FAU, Temple, and Charlotte.
Yeah, well, now the question I have is if they were to drop one of those other ones and beat Memphis, there's going to be there's a very strong chance of a weird tiebreaker scenario. Because here's the other thing, Jeff, is South Florida, they've only got 1 conference loss, and they got the head-to-head over North Texas. So there's that chance too. So if you have a bunch of one-loss teams, if you sit there with Memphis, South Florida, Tulane, and North Texas all with 1 loss, and you'll have Memphis head-to-head over, if that happens, you'll have Memphis head-to-head over South Florida. You'll potentially have Tulane head-to-head over Memphis. You'll have South Florida head-to-head over North Texas. So if only Memphis didn't lose to freaking UAB, it'd be a lot more simple. But anyway, let's talk about South Florida and Memphis, Jeff. I got a chance to go to that game. We joke sort of about the glute and the calves and the eye test on some of these guys. When you walk on the field, and now Memphis has always been like this. Even when Memphis was bad, when we go over there and play them. And by the way, I think Jeff and I are probably undefeated against Memphis in our times.
Yep. Yeah, we are.
Not a big deal. Not a big deal. The trajectory has changed. Something happened around that time. But when you walk out on the field, Memphis and South Florida both, there's a difference between some of the other games we've been to. you could tell the size, the combination of size, the girth and tonnage, the combination of size and speed and length. It's clear. It's clear as day seeing it. Now, I thought South Florida had it even more so than Memphis. A pregame warm-up, I'm standing down there by the O-lines and the D-lines looking at them. They all got dudes. You would have – I thought South Florida looked the part. Then you see Byron Brown. I got to tell you, Brendan Lewis looks good too. He ain't no small little guy. Now, he's pretty stout stature looking, but Byron Brown, I mean, an absolute unit, dude. And I want to say this before I get into the game itself, because there's a lot to talk about. When he runs, and I remember playing guys like this all throughout Pee Wee, high school, and then up to middle. They look like they're not trying. And it becomes frustrating sometimes, I think, as a fan of that team, because they look like there's no effort. But I think he's so good and he's so smooth that when he runs, it's just he's like a gazelle out there, just striding his way and bouncing off of people. And then I noticed too, when he's running in tight spaces, he's really good at leaning forward, and like he's running super low. He looks like he's falling, and then 12 yards later, he's got a first down, and he finally goes down. But get into the game a little bit more. I think Memphis was content to rush 3 or 4 guys and not put any. I mean, Byron Brown stood back there. He had all day long, every play. But I can't, off the top of my head, I'm not looking at numbers here. I'm not looking at stats. I don't think there was more than a play or two where they took a shot downfield. And I think they wanted to. I think they tried to. But Memphis was content to rush 3 or 4, contain Byron Brown in the pocket, and cover everything on the back end. And they did. There were times he had a big drop back pass. He's looking, and just nothing. And then a little check down, or he would try to take off and run. I thought at times he probably could have ran sooner and more. But you got to give credit to the Memphis defense. And then even still, they're down 2 scores for most of the game. And I think, you got to give credit to Memphis for continuing to play, to keep playing, keep chipping away. And then I think with South Florida, they go so fast. That tempo offense goes so fast. And we talk about this often throughout the game, but not typically at the end of games. We don't talk about this, but they go so fast that when it's the fourth quarter and you're up 2 touchdowns, they can't put the game away because they don't do that. And when they try to go slow and run the ball, they just can't. Their success doesn't come that way. And it's similar to what we talk about when you have these offenses that go quick and they go 3 and out in less than a minute all the time. And that's what happened here. I mean, you gave Memphis the ball. I mean, you let them score 3 times in the fourth quarter there. Yeah. So, but again, credit to Memphis. Again, it's hard to not talk about some of the things South Florida did wrong because they did outplay them for most of the game. And I was well prepared to get up here and talk about how good Byron Brown was and how fast South Florida was, how good they look and this and that. But don't matter. You got to play the game, and you got to play the whole game.
No doubt. Giving up 17 points in the fourth quarter there to lose the game. And then you get the missed field goal by Grammatica. Right before that, you have the 10-yard holding penalty, which I truly think, it's rough looking at the angle on TV and the video you took of that field goal, but I'm pretty certain you don't get that holding penalty. That's a tie ball game and you're going into overtime. But
I think it hooks. I think it hooks right inside.
I think it does.
It looked like it was going straight on, and then it just drifted.
That's exactly right. Drifted left. But yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. That's the problem with these offenses are built and predicated on tempo, going fast, keeping the defense on their heels. They get a lot of these, bigger run lanes, quick passes, more room in the back end because they're going so fast. Defenses don't get set up, or they have a busted assignment or a busted alignment. When they try and go 5-minute offense, now they're not getting that. Everything gets a little bit tighter. And that was your ball game to me, because you had 14 points to play with. And you just couldn't get points in that fourth quarter. And that was your ball game.
You know what else is interesting, and I'm just thinking as you're talking here. For South Florida, all you really need is for Tulane to beat Memphis. That's all they really need, and they'll be in it because they'll have the head-to-head. They'll have only one loss, head-to-head over North Texas. So it'll be Tulane. You hope Tulane runs the table, and it'll be undefeated in conference Tulane versus one loss South Florida if Tulane beats Memphis.
And if Navy drops a couple games.
Well, correct.
Navy's still in it. I mean, Navy's not still in it. They're
on it
right
now.
now.
Yeah, right now they are.
North Texas, like this, it's gonna be a wild finish.
Yeah, really wild. Let's get into Navy. Another sort of sloppy, not pretty win for Navy over FAU. But have no fear, rest of the American, because they don't have a break the rest of the way. There's a strong chance, and this is not a knock on Navy, but they probably will be underdogs in every game the rest of the season. So, good thing is we play it on the field. But yeah, another little sloppy one, but 42 points. Their defense, that's what I'm worried about for them this week is North Texas. Now, can Navy limit North Texas possessions and keep them out of a rhythm? That's where they got a chance.
That's where if Navy can do what Army did to Tulane 2 weeks ago, that's the recipe. That is how they have to play. Get an 8-9 minute drive at the start of the game, control time business. My concern is that their offense is too explosive.
Yeah.
That they're going to score too quick, because that doesn't, now you're playing into North Texas's hands. So should be a fun one. Both offenses can take it the distance at any point. But
yeah,
if I'm Brian Newberry, we are really, really looking at that time of possession stat, trying to, you can't change it completely because your offense is what it's been all year.
Yep.
Got to score points. That's still the name of the game, but I can't wait. We got some fun matchups in all these conferences coming up.
Yeah, 100%. I'll tell you what's not fun for me lately, Jeff. Watching Boise State is just it gets on my nerves. They're good. I love Boise State, but I hate watching them play. And they win another game. This is what I said 5 weeks ago. They're going to win every game in the Mountain West by 3 touchdowns, and yet it's just not going to look pretty. I mean, 24-3, their defense played lights out. But it looks so difficult for them.
It does.
To get anything done. And I think what we're seeing, I hate to say it, is we're seeing now how much respect defenses had for Ashton Genty. And he was so good that he still made it work. And that O-line, they're just not playing as good this year. They're just not. It's a lot of the same guys, but they're just not opening the holes that Genty had. And I think you're seeing Madsen have to be better, and he's not been better. I think last year you get 7-8 guys in the box every single play, and you get wide open tight ends or wide open receivers. And I don't know, man. I mean, he's very inefficient. I hate to talk bad about a guy, but it hadn't looked good.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on it. Why he just misses a lot of throws high, which cause tip balls, which, I mean, a couple of those in that game, I watched a lot of that Nevada game, could have been interceptions.
Yeah.
And for them to just only score no more than 7 points in a quarter, like against Nevada, which I understand you still are Boise. You're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's part of this. Everybody wants to beat Boise. You are the benchmark of the Mountain West. Like I get it, but you have the better athletes. You have the size, you have everything. And it's just, you mentioned it. It's just, it looks like a struggle. Nothing is smooth. Nothing is efficient. Maybe they can start peaking at the right time. Maybe none of this first half of the season really mattered, and they can get things figured out and get rolling and hit it at the right time. But I feel like they're winning based off of having the better athlete and having the better recruit and not execution.
Yeah. Well, and they did this at times last year even. You remember there was that San Jose game, there was the Hawaii game, I think, last year, where we're watching and we're just like, but then they go play Oregon, and the offense looks phenomenal. So Who knows? Also in the Mountain West, I mentioned them before. San Diego State, buddy. I mean, that's your matchup. I think they got a strong chance to beat Boise. Now, Dinegal got hurt, but he came back in and looked like not as bad as it originally looked. But 23-0 over Fresno State, just totally shut down Fresno State in its run game. 45 yards of rushing for Fresno State, and then only 182 passing. So they're barely over 240, 220 total yards, 2 interceptions, 1 goes for a touchdown. And by the way, I mentioned special teams for San Diego State. They've got some special teams plays. They got a kicker. I don't think I've ever got up here and talked about a kicker. They got a kicker, Gabriel Placencia. Has not missed a kick all season. 21 of 21 on extra points, 13 of 13 on field goals, 2 of 2, 50 plus. Yeah, you got a weapon over there in Aztec country, Jeff.
I love it. I'm so happy that the Aztecs are kind of back in the fold, and you got to give credit to that coaching staff. Defense is, it is so hard to pitch a shutout. Like, it is so difficult. At some point, guys will break a long run. You get into field goal range, and they'll at least get 3 on the board. So to hold them to 0, and it's not the first time they've done it all year. This defense and that run game is going to keep them in every single ball game. And then at that point, it's just, can you get some explosive by, Sutton, Dinegal, and those receivers? Like, they're fun to watch. They get takeaways on defense. You mentioned the kicker. There's no reason that matchup, I think it's 2 weeks. San Diego State plays Boise. That is going to be a great one.
Big time game.
At home,
all right, well,
too.
In San Diego?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get into the rest of these games that don't necessarily have playoff implications. A lot of conference implications still up for grabs, though. We're sitting here talking about Tulane, North Texas, Memphis, South Florida. Well, guess what? East Carolina and Temple also only have 1 conference loss, and both of them are that's going to be somebody who messes it up. But let's talk. So UConn and Rice go to double overtime. 300 rushing yards for Rice, 3 touchdowns for Quentin Jackson. I mean, that's their recipe. I know it goes double overtime, but UConn, I thought Rice played well early in the season. They've been not as great the last couple of weeks, but big time win for them.
Huge win. 4 total touchdowns. Because Jackson had Jenkins. I'm getting there confused. Fagnano put up the numbers, but they just couldn't get the win. This Rice team, like, they don't quit. They're gritty. They want to, it's kind of like I talked about Central Michigan a couple weeks ago, like a just down, dirty, physical, not pretty type of game. And they get the double OT win. Yeah.
Big one. Jeff, Temple with only 1 conference loss. They get an overtime win at Tulsa. Evan Simon. I was talking about it when he had 9 touchdowns and no interceptions. His touchdown to interception counter now is 21 touchdowns, 0 interceptions on the year. He had 5 touchdown passes on Saturday. When are we going to start? We've done it. But when is the national media going to start talking about Evan Simon, number 1, and this coaching staff at Temple, number 2, for a big-time turnaround? And they've got a competitive team that, again, look, it's October 27th. November comes around. We're talking about South Florida. We're talking about Memphis. We're talking about Tulane. We're talking about North Texas. You know what's going to start? What conversation is really going to ramp up in about 2 weeks? All those coaches are going to start getting talked about for all these other jobs. All these players are going to start getting talked about for getting into the portal. And Temple is not going to have that as much. East Carolina, not going to have that as much. You're going to get a game. I hadn't looked at Temple's schedule the rest of the way, but you're going to get a game in Philly in November. It's going to be miserable. It's going to be cold. Whoever's coming in there is going to have distractions. Temple's going to ruin a season. And by ruining somebody else's season, might put themselves in contention for a championship game.
They have ECU up next, at Army, Tulane at home, and North Texas on the road.
Tulane at home. Just telling you, be careful. They're going to go out there like they did against Army last year. They're going to be wearing their Vaseline and their Bengay to try to keep warm or whatever they're doing. And they better hope for warm weather. And then you're going to have all the conversations about your coach, about some of your players. Could get interesting, but big win, 38-37 in overtime, but Evan Simon with a big day.
Yeah, and Halloween, 10 catches, 85 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I mean, you tweeted about it. That is perfect. That's a perfect touchdown interception ratio. And I don't care who you're playing. I don't care how many games you've played. That is incredibly difficult to do because you got a lot of factors. Tip balls by the defensive line. You got to be 1 second too late. Drop ball. So many different factors so shout out Evan Simon. Shout out Casey Keeler. Another Coach of the Year candidate has to be going from Sam Houston to Temple and turning that program around instantly.
Yeah, Jeff and the MAC.
I can't with this conference.
I don't even know what to say about. I literally just have the scores on my notes here because I can't talk about any of them because I have Miami's 4-0 in conference, and then you have Central Michigan, Ohio, Buffalo, and Western Michigan all with 1 loss. I just want to say to start, I'm happy for Kent State and Akron because
Agreed.
We need to look. When is the last time Kent State and Akron won on the same weekend, especially in conference play? But Kent State beats Bowling Green. I mean, you kind of, I don't know. You look back at that Bowling Green win over Toledo, and then you look at Toledo the last couple of weeks, and you're like, well, they're not very good either.
So I don't know what happened to them.
I'm sitting here looking at the MAC, and I think, okay, Ohio has probably been the most consistent, I guess. I mean, they beat Eastern Michigan, but not pretty. I mean, Navarro threw for 300 yards. But he threw 2 picks.
Let me tell you something, Sprouse. You want to talk about a frustrating team to watch? It's Ohio because they have all the talent in the world.
Yeah.
And they just kind of, similar to Boise at times. You're just scratching your head. You get penalties. I watched most of this game. Eastern Michigan had this game. They were up throughout the entire game. And Ohio just finds a way to come back late. But they are so frustrating. This entire conference. The only one that's got any type of consistency the last couple weeks was Central Michigan.
Central Michigan, yeah.
The Fighting Matt Drinkles.
Well, then you go to Akron and Buffalo. Buffalo, for me, is just one of the most disappointing teams. I mean, they're still very much in it in the MAC, just with 1 loss. But like Buffalo, defense, offensive line, running game. And they go out there and they're trying to throw it all over the place again with a quarterback that he's played good at times. He threw for 400 yards a few weeks ago, but 4 interceptions. And they just could not get the ground game going. You got to give credit to Akron. Akron, by the way, Melvin Spriggs, 14 tackles, 2.5 sacks coming off the edge there for Akron. So you got to give credit to Akron. You do. But it's just disappointing for Buffalo. Toledo, what has happened? No run game to speak of. Washington State, I know they got a damn good defense, but no run game to speak of. Gleason doesn't look himself.
Defense giving up big plays and points. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, and then Jeff, you go to NIU. You know what NIU did is they finally looked like NIU. They ran the damn ball. Both Telly Johnson and Siobhan, both over 100 yards. And they just said, you know what, we're going to run the ball. We're not going to do anything else. We're not even going to really try to throw it.
57 rushes.
Yeah, dude. And guess what? You won by 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's what you do.
They needed that win. Let's just go ahead. I mean, actually finish it off. We can talk about the chips.
Yeah, let's talk about the chips. Then we got to talk about Miami and Western Michigan. For Central Michigan, this kind of efficiency is what win games. And what did we say about them in the preseason and then even after week 1? They know their identity and they play to it. I know it's UMass. I get it. UMass is a bad ball club. They ran the ball 53 times for 279. But then you know what, Jeff? They threw it only 13 times. One was like a trick play. Completed 12 of them for what was it, 183, something like that. You don't have to throw it 40 times to have an efficient pass game and enough of a pass game to keep the defense honest. You don't have to do it. You just have to do it efficiently. And that's what they did. And again, I know it's UMass, but that's a big win for Central Michigan.
No question. And you just look at the team stats here. This is how they've been the last couple of weeks. You have the triple option, Matt Drinkle, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Characteristics, like the hallmarks of it. Time of possession, 37 minutes to UMass's 22. Yep. Turnovers, play clean football. Like he's taken those hallmarks, the foundation of that and the attitude of that, of an Army team from a year ago, and has inserted it into the chips. And they have bought in. They play hard. They play physical at the point of attack. It might not be pretty, but damn it, it's fun to follow, and they're winning football games.
Well, it's prettier than watching these other teams try to throw it, and they can't do it. That'll tell you a bunch of incomplete passes ain't pretty to watch.
I agree.
Western Michigan and Miami, this was kind of the, who's going to establish themselves as maybe the top team in the MAC. Miami gets to win. This was a typical MAC game. Nothing really jumps off the page as to what happened in the game. No stats jump off the page. You watch it a little bit and nothing really looks, too pretty. Nothing looks too bad. But Miami gets to win and they go to undefeated in the MAC and are now the leader in MAC play.
Yeah, I want to shout out linebacker Corbin Hondrew, 14 tackles, had a sack, 1.5 TFLs, was just all over the field. And there's just something about Chuck Martin, Miami. Yeah. They're always in it. They're always around it.
Yeah.
They play physical. Again, physical, protective football, time of possession, all those things. They ring true. If you can win those two areas of the game, you're going to have a lot of W's on your schedule.
And they've won, 5 straight now after starting 0-3?
I believe so. After that UNLV game.
As soon as they get into conference play, Miami starts rolling. What were you going to say before Central Michigan there?
I can't remember. This wasn't it. But let's just go down the MAC standings. 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 4-4, 4-4, 4-4, 3-5. I mean, on the way down, Miami of Ohio leads it.
Great.
Central Michigan right behind them at 3-1 in conference. The Ohio Bobcats are 3-1. Buffalo Bulls 3-1, still in it. Toledo 2-2, Ball State 2-2, Kent State 2-2, Akron 2-3, and then you get Bowling Green, NIU, Eastern Michigan, and UMass.
Well, and the best part about all of this is next week they start playing in the middle of the week. So it's just you literally have every single season in the MAC. You want to talk about parity because the MAC is like this always. Like, sure, Toledo usually has some more talent. Maybe Miami might have you have a guy like Gabbert and you have a really good defense. Miami's going to be a little better, but these teams, they're all built the same kind of. They all do the same things. Just, it's always cold. No matter, it's great. It's great stuff. I'm going to tell you, I'd rather watch that than some of the products Conference USA has been throwing out there at us, including our own alma mater, Jeff. Let's get into the Mountain West. So the Mountain West, you have Boise State and San Diego State, both undefeated in conference. And then you have Hawaii and UNLV, each with 1 loss. New Mexico, though, now 5-3 overall. They completely dominated Utah State. You talked about time of possession for Central Michigan. Same thing, 38 minutes to 21 minutes for New Mexico over Utah State in this game. And, that'll do it.
That's it.
You limit the possessions, you limit time of possession, you're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, this one had me scratching my head. I was so high on Utah State. I thought they had kind of arrived. They had looked great offensively, explosive plays with that backfield, and got to give all the credit to New Mexico State, man. They came out, played physical. You talked about the time of possession. X doing a great job. He's got them in the hunt too.
He does have them just outside right now. Colorado State, you mentioned it at the top of the show. They did not get the interim head coach bump. Wyoming wins that game 28-0. Just a rough outing at quarterback for Colorado State.
It was, but the Cowboys, man, they're stringing together a couple wins. They're 2-2 in conference. You got to give credit to Caden Anderson. Very clean performance. 16-24, only 154, but 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. So they're playing great defense. That pitch is a shutout. That looks like the Wyoming Cowboys of old, where it's great defense, play clean football, have a good ground game, and we're efficient. We just keep moving the ball, moving the chains, and score points.
Yeah, and then you move on to the Sun Belt, and you would think that the Sun Belt is sort of, James Madison has pulled away. They got it. But here's the thing. Yes, they're undefeated in conference play, but they still have to play both Marshall and Coastal, who both just have 1 loss. So any slip up, and those teams run the table the rest of the way, and then they have the head-to-head over you. So you can't fall asleep here if you're James Madison. And then in the West, Southern Miss and Troy, both undefeated. But guess who they both have the next 2 weeks, who only has 1 loss in conference? Arkansas State. So Arkansas State gets a chance at both Troy and Southern Miss the next couple of weeks. And again, the head-to-head is what's going to matter if you both have 1 loss. So,
I'm so nervous about this
tomorrow night.
This Texas State James Madison matchup, because Texas State has not looked good the last couple weeks. But here you go. Here is like the scenario where it's like, all right, yeah, we got James Madison. They've looked the part. We talked about in preseason, and it just the way this season has gone, Texas State would win this game.
Well, and you get Texas State at home, national television, middle of the week. This is when they show up.
I know.
This is when they show out. And yeah, I don't know, man. I think James Madison's good.
I agree. I think they are too. But there's been so many games where you just can't explain.
Yeah.
Up 14 points, up 17 points, and you just blow it. You blow it in the second half.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's talk about some of these Sun Belt games from the weekend. App State, Old Dominion. Old Dominion gets the win. Didn't look pretty, but just inefficient from App. No, inefficient in the pass game and no run game to speak of at all for them. They've got a little bit of an identity crisis, I feel like, at App State.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Old Dominion, this was a big win. I think they needed this for a slew of reasons. But because they kind of faltering the last couple weeks, in my opinion, when you watch their tape. Colton Joseph, 3 touchdowns, 300 yards, at another 62 on the ground. So keeps them in it. They need some help, but they're still in it.
Yeah, and then Southern Miss, pretty dominant, especially in the second half against ULM. They win 49-21. Speaking of Arkansas State, Statesboro Sprouse. I mean, it's getting ugly there in Statesboro, Jeff, but both backs for Arkansas State, both go over 120 yards each. And like I said, Arkansas State now controls their own destiny with the remaining games against Troy and Southern Miss. By the way, and Georgia Southern was up 21-0 in this game.
Exactly what I was going to say.
I don't know. I'll have to contact some people over there. And then Troy, another big win. Troy, what I've liked about Troy is after that South Alabama win, they won again in overtime, and you kind of thought, okay, it's Troy, that's cute. They're playing well, but now they're playing with some expectations, and they're answering the bell every week, which that's what I love. Their defense is really stepping up. 3 interceptions, 2 of them had pretty good returns. One of them for a touchdown. Also had 4 sacks against Louisiana. So I'm telling you, Troy and Southern Miss are on a collision course at the end of the season for the West.
Sprouse, Troy easily could be 7-1 right now, with their only loss being Memphis.
Yeah.
If they could finish that Clemson game, we could be they would be in the playoff conversation.
100% they would. And could you imagine a Troy James Madison? You'd have 1 loss Troy, 1 loss James Madison going in the Sun Belt. Then you'd have, say, 1 loss Memphis, 1 loss North Texas going in the American. Winner takes all. I mean, God, yeah, I love it.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, love college football. Conference USA, Jeff. We got one game tonight, UTEP and Kennesaw. But so Jacksonville State and Kennesaw State are undefeated in conference. Western Kentucky and Liberty, each with one loss. You have Jacksonville State with a head-to-head over Liberty, and they're going to play in a couple weeks, Jackson State and Kennesaw. But UTEP and Kennesaw tomorrow night. Kennesaw's 8.5-point favorites. I'm not entirely sure where UTEP has much of a shot here.
I
Say that, but
do.
now they'll win. But Kennesaw, they just too many weapons, man. They're good.
They're really good. They play hard. They got a ton of explosive players on offense, and you just got to give a ton of credit to Jerry Mack in his first year, man. Coming in, bringing some guys, recruiting. They have been, to me, the biggest surprise. I thought they'd be better this year, improved, but no, man, they've taken this conference by storm.
Yeah. Now the question is, can they sustain it? Can they bring back a bunch of guys? They're going to have to reload in the portal. They're not going to be able to just keep everybody there. So they'll have to keep reloading. But give me Kennesaw. James Madison at Texas State Tuesday night in the Sun Belt. Excuse me. Now you got me nervous. I mean, James Madison, to me, defensively, the defenses have been consistent. So I think that's where I still like James Madison here. Even if we're over here assuming that they're going to come out and lay an egg, and they may come out firing on all cylinders. National television, if you're James Madison, you got a chance on national television to say, look how good we are. You remember when Texas State, even though they lost last year, when they had Arizona State at home and they lost that game, but everybody walked away from that game saying, oh, okay, yeah, Texas State's in this thing. I think James Madison is going to do that tomorrow night, Jeff. And I think they're going to make a statement.
I hope they do. I mean, they were the pick for me to win the Sun Belt. I still think they are. They're the best team, I think, position group by position group. They've been the most consistent. They have a huge Bush on the defensive line. He just clogs the middle. It's honestly incredible. And they need a big showing on national television for the committee, for everything, because I think they run the table the rest of the way. I think they win the Sun Belt, and they need a signature key win with a bunch of eyes on it. And I think this has the possibility. It just worries me. That's the way this season.
It's got the makings of
the way this season has gone with the upsets and the unexplainable performances. Like, just show up and do your job. That's what you need. AB3's looked really good last couple weeks.
Well, let's get to these voicemails. We got a bunch, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
615-900-4286. I want to hear everybody's take. Where do you see the playoff going? Where do you see these conferences finishing up? Only got a couple weeks left. 615-900-4286. Jeff, let's see what we got.
Hello, my name is, hello. It's Emmanuel, Georgia State fan. Just going through pain right now. We just lost to South Alabama. It's good that the Air Raid tried and worked a little bit until they sat on Ted Hurst again. And then DJ Avery can fucking catch a ball. He could not catch it. He couldn't just not hold on to the ball. And on top of that, oh my cheese. Like, come on. Del McGee needs to lose his job. It's either Del McGee needs to lose his job or somebody. I'm tired. I'm just so upset of what that Alabama game. Why did we abandon the run in the third? And we came back. I don't understand it. But something has to change. Something in that coaching chair has to change. Play calling, everyone's late. So for some reason, it's behind. We're getting beat on the line of scrimmage. Henry Bryant and Walker had an amazing game. I loved it. But if we want to be, I don't know. I don't think McGee's the guy. And I'm getting slowly tired of that. He might have to go. Him or Hugh Jackson or that wide receivers coach. For some reason, all of our receivers are just can't catch outside of screens and Ted Hurst. And then they sit on Ted Hurst and have nothing else to do. What are we doing? And then on top of that, I watched that South Alabama game. I had my heart rushing. It was an amazing game. I like how they keep it up. But if you're good enough, you don't leave it up to the refs. You know what I'm saying? So I really do hope that I really want this program to do well, but I just don't think Del McGee's the guy. Again, I've said somebody has to go. I'm on that fire coaches train. The only reason I have a slight feeling for McGee is because he recruited, right? He can recruit. but he just can't put it all together. It's just not coming together. And Hugh Jackson is not the guy. We have to find somebody else. You can't have somebody and hire somebody who's failed in the NFL every which way possible and hire him as an offensive coordinator. He doesn't know what he's doing. The old boy does not know what he's doing. What are we doing? I've seen enough. All right? It's either fire McGee or fire anybody, a position coach. What is that offensive line? You can't see talent. Your eyes are blind. You got salt in your eye. I don't know what's wrong. Oh, my jeez. We have an offensive line. We have a kicker that can't kick. We have a kicker that can't kick. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We have a kicker that can't kick. Our tight ends look good. I don't know where they were all season, but we found out that we have tight ends. But we don't have wide receivers, and we don't have offensive linemen. We also doesn't have the rest of the defense. We also have that. So all those guys can lose their jobs, too. But we need to turn over everything. We need to burn everything and build something new. Because this is just not working. Cam Brown is good. But the problem is he's not great. That's the thing. We just came off a Sean Elliott coaching tenure where we had the first 8-5 season in program history. And we cannot go back. I refuse it. That boy got to go. Oh, I forgot. God bless the group of 5 guys. God bless the group of 5. Thank you for putting that voice out there, you know what I'm saying? And State, not Southern. Southern University of Georgia, I don't know. Georgia Southern is an abomination of God. That's all I want to say. Thank you. God bless the group of 5 guys.
Oh man, what a
great call
for first
that was
time too.
That was Emmanuel. I see him on Twitter. He you know, it's interesting the Del McGee comments because you go look right across town at Jerry Mack and Kennesaw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I think he needs a little more time.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I wish that he could recruit some more fans with that passion.
No doubt.
Up there to Georgia State, and you probably do better if you had a couple more people in the stands. Anyway,
no question.
Great call. What a way to get us started, Jeff.
No doubt. Let's keep it rolling.
Hey, group of 5, you guys are doing great. Love your content. You guys know a lot about a lot of different teams. I'm telling you, I listen to this and you just go across the country and man, do you know your stuff. Anyways, it's good content. I like it a lot. Hey, you know me, man. I'm just going to sit here and talk about San Diego State Aztecs, and they're at Fresno tomorrow. I just got done listening to your last podcast here, YouTube. I don't know what you call it, but I'm listening. Anyways, listen, we're going to take Fresno, no doubt about it. It's a rivalry, but we'll take it. I know the Aztecs have the best defense in the Mountain West. Fresno has the 4th best. So you're looking at a defensive struggle. No, Aztecs going to put points on the board. You watch. And again, I don't really necessarily want them to, but they're gonna. And here's what I got to tell you guys, man. Is you're all in favor of Boise, and I hear you. I like Boise too. They're good, but I'm telling you, in about 3 weeks, the Aztecs are going to put it to the Broncos. There's no doubt in my mind. They're going to be the surprise winner of the Mountain West, and they're going to send Boise State home because another L will take it away from Boise. And I like Boise, but it's just a fact. Their Aztecs are going to beat them. Just you don't even have to play this on the air or anything like that. You guys listen to it, and as the week goes on, you're going to see and you're going to hear the Aztecs more and more. And then by the end of it, man, they're going to be doing their thing and making the playoffs. So there you go. That's my Aztec take for the week. Thanks, guys. Having a great time. Bye.
Hey, group of 5, it's John calling. I'm telling you, the SDSU San Diego State football game is still on, but I can't even continue to watch it. Man, Fresno State is a joke. You guys thought it would be a defensive slug out? Fresno's defense is horrible. San Diego State's defense is really good, but Fresno's offense is amazingly bad, incompetent. I cannot even believe it. Hey, here's the thing about San Diego State. They're good, but they're going to be 6-1 right now, but it's like a mirage. Listen to this. They play Stony Brook. They win. I mean, come on, Stony Brook. They play Washington State. They get beat pretty badly. Then they play Cal. They beat them straight up, solid. That was a good win. Northern Illinois. Give me a break. Colorado State. Dude, that game was so bad. Colorado State was pathetic. Now their coach just got fired, and Fresno, who we're torching this day right now, Colorado State crushed Fresno State. So it shows you how bad Fresno State is. And we beat Nevada. Nevada's, it's like playing high school football, man. So we're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-1. And they're saying best defense in the country. Dude, we're playing horrible teams. And it's weird because we have good players. We play pretty well. But the 6-1 record is a mirage, man. I'm telling you, I'd love to see I guess the contest is going to be November 15th when we play Boise State. I was saying yesterday, we're going to beat them. And we might. But this schedule, we're going to finish out Wyoming. Okay. Boise State. Okay, that's tough. San Jose State, you guys thought was so good. They're not. New Mexico, I don't know. Probably not. This is the easiest, luckiest schedule San Diego State has had. So it's making Sean Lewis look great. And he's way better than last year. Last year, he was a horrible coach. At least this year, I got to give him credit. The whole coaching staff is making great plays. So it's bizarre. It's weird. We're good, but we ain't that good. And the teams we're playing are a pathetic joke. Anyways, put your sights on November 15th. I don't even know what to say, really. We'll see how good San Diego State is right there that day. Right there that day. All right, guys. Hope you had a great Saturday. A lot of good football. I loved seeing UCLA get crushed by Indiana. My boy, Fernando, from the quarterback last year, out of Florida. No Florida team wanted him, so he went to Cal. And then NIL money got him over to Indiana. And the kid is a stud. The kid is a straight-up stud. They beat UCLA by 50. And here I am in Southern California, and I can't stand UCLA, so I love
That was it. You got cut off there, but great call. I had to play both of them because they were fantastic.
I feel like we've been at least the last 6 weeks not fans of Boise.
No, we've said that they're going to be in it.
They're better than everybody else. Yeah.
But it's not because of their performance on the field. So, and I agree to a certain point about their schedule being favorable. But they've handled it. You got to still play the games and handle it, and that Boise State game's gonna be a fun one.
Oh yeah, and I don't know, man. I'm leaning that way. I would nothing against Boise, but I would like to see a little change of power just for a little bit. Let San Diego State get a win there, and then the problem is you probably get a rematch in the championship game.
Yeah,
because you'll have Boise has the head-to-head over UNLV, and
it just depends how the
Hawaii depends on where Hawaii. Gonna be fun down the stretch. What else we got, Jeff?
Yeah, because Hawaii doesn't play Boise. So
does Hawaii play San Diego State or UNLV?
They play both.
So that'll work itself out. So you'll end up if San Diego State beats Boise's. It seems like Boise's got a free path almost, because you'll either get.
You have a bunch of one-loss teams though.
Yeah, but not if. Because Boise will have the head-to-head over UNLV, so they'll pass them, and then Hawaii. If Hawaii
would
loses
have to win out,
or San Diego State wins out.
Yeah, but no, if San Diego State wins out, they're in because they would have no losses. So then it'd come down to the second spot with Boise State having one loss, Hawaii having one loss. If Hawaii wins out, there'd be a tiebreaker there.
If Hawaii
Hawaii
already has a loss.
They have one.
To who? UNLV. Somebody bad.
Fresno.
And Hawaii plays who left?
San Jose State, San Diego State, UNLV, Wyoming. Which San Diego has to go to Hawaii, and so does Wyoming.
Yeah, so I guess
Hawaii's got a tough road.
If San Diego State beat Hawaii and Hawaii beat UNLV, then you would have a tiebreaker between Boise and Hawaii, and they don't play each other.
Yeah.
But if UNLV beats Hawaii,
true. Hawaii's out.
Hawaii's out, and Boise would have a tiebreaker over UNLV.
Yeah, I missed that. Hawaii can't win out without beating San Diego State. So, yeah, Hawaii's got.
If that happens, you'd probably get.
Then you'd have
a three-way tie between San Diego State, Boise State, and UNLV, who have round robin beat each other, sort of.
All right, let's keep
Long
it
way to go, Jeff. How many more we got? I got to go to work here in a minute.
We got 1, 2, we got 3.
All right, so let's keep going. See what I'll tell you.
Group of 5 guys. It's Andrew here. I don't understand. It seems like almost every week, app goes down, is within the 5-yard line, and throws interceptions or incompletions. How hard is it to run the ball 2 yards into the end zone? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If I have to sit there another week and watch one of our quarterbacks throw an interception on the 1-yard line or in the end zone and miss out on easy points, I don't know. I mean, we're playing maybe the second or third best team in the conference. We're right there with them. I think we're moving the ball well. I know we punted a lot. It's just a gritty game. But we lose by 3 points? I mean, that touchdown killed our momentum. The interception killed our momentum. And I don't know why our offense and defense can't both play well at the same time. Like, our defense, I thought, played really well this week, considering ODU has a great offense. If we had the offense from last week, we would have killed them. But it's something's not clicking between. I got to be done. I got to be done. Roll ears. Thank y'all for all you do. On to next week.
Oh, Andrew, I appreciate you, man. I know it's tough.
But you know what though about the goal line? You see this across the country because everybody's in the gun and everybody's in spread. I heard. Oh, I wish I could remember what game it was. It might have been the damn Memphis game that they lost to UAB. I swear to you, they got a penalty and they moved. I think it was the Memphis UAB game. So I'm going to use this scenario, but it was definitely a very similar scenario. They were on the 6 and they had a penalty, backed them up to the 11. And the announcer says, this might actually be good because now they have space to run their offense. Jeff, you know what you do? You go under center, you move your left tackle, you put your best 2 offensive linemen next to each other. You go unbalanced if you got to. You left tackle, move over to the right side.
No doubt.
You bring in your tight end. You bring in a fullback. You bring in your big power running back. And you run unbalanced, power eye right, 46 blast, or whatever the hell you want to call it, and you run it 3 times. And if you can't score, you don't deserve to win. And maybe, just maybe, if you can't score, maybe you run it twice, and then maybe the third time you line up in the same thing, and you fake it, and you dump it off to what somebody leaks out. It ain't hard. But instead, we get in the gun, and we motion 6 people around, and we bring in some weird new package, and we try a trick play. We run the Philly special because we can't just play football and beat a guy one-on-one. We just can't do it.
That's it.
Anyway, I know we got more voicemails, Jeff.
We got 2 more, but I think they're pretty quick.
Yeah, let's get them.
Group of 5 guys, what's going on? This is Wyoming Ben calling to you fresh off that W over the Sheep. It's a good thing CSU got that interim coach bump because we were fixing to beat them by 50.
Could have been
Tell you
worse.
what, we scored 21 by halftime. Put one in right after the start of the second half, and we coasted from there. Nice 28-0 shutout. Best game I've seen since my freshman year of college when we beat them 44-0. In all seriousness, though, hoping for the best for Coach Norvell from CSU. By all accounts, from all Wyoming fans, true class act, and I hope he lands on his feet somewhere. Cannot say the same about CSU. I hope they land on their ass. And good luck moving to the Pac-12, looking the way you guys look. Things look to be in shambles in Fort Collins right now, and that is A-okay with me. But pray for brother-in-law Brett. He's going to need it. Anyways, God bless Group of Five. God bless Group of Five guys. Go Pokes.
Brother-in-law Brett. We've had a great slate of calls this morning.
Oh yeah, a lot in the Mountain West
This has been
too.
a really good one. This has been a good one. Yeah, speaking of Norvell, I think with all of these coaching vacancies, I think you're going to see a wild shuffling of coaches around. Like, I think guys are going to get other head jobs just somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Or they're going to end up as a coordinator on a staff. I mean, I think everybody will be fine.
Well, you saw a lot of FCS coaches move up a year ago.
Yeah.
So it's like that pool kind of has been depleted a little bit of the top names there. So you can't just keep pulling up names from there. So it's like, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're going to see a lot of shuffling.
And then I think too, yeah, you're going to see like Jay Norvell's a perfect example. He moves in conference, goes from Nevada to Colorado State. Look out for Brennan Marion to come back into the Mountain West, huh?
He was trying to get
that. They were putting up a bunch of points the other night, Friday night against Montana. But anyway,
what
else we got?
Last one.
Hello, Group of Five guys. This is Steeple_PC_51, also known as Notre Dame P. I am just going to be a short one because Coastal did what they were supposed to do. They beat that team from BYE, and it was a landslide. I think they scored about 50. So still doing well in the Sun Belt, and looking forward for Marshall after defeating the BYE University. So, unfortunately, I have some bad news, and I'm just going to get it out the way. The elephant in the room. The Presbyterian College Blue Hose, my alma mater, fell short this week. So, they're 7-1. They're ranked 19th. Hope they still give them their flowers. Hope they still stay ranked. But most teams that, just like the Power Five, they can lose 8 or 9 games and still be ranked in the top 10. I digress. Shout out to App State. Oh, I'm sorry, they didn't win. I'm sorry. I was gonna give Stu Wright his flowers, but I can't do that. This is Grant. Georgia Southern, I want to give them that. Oops, I can't do that either. They didn't win either. They ended up losing, by 10. No, I guess I can't tell anybody congratulations except Joe Dukins. Hey, buddy, y'all beat. Oops, I wanted to give Terry his flowers also, but they ended up losing to Troy. My gosh, I guess I can't congratulate any of my friends this weekend. And anyway. Hey, man, love the Group of Five. Love all those guys that just shout out to. Hey, man, come on back. I'm waiting. I need some feedback. Marshall, here we come.
Appreciate it.
Great
Our boy
stuff.
Steeple PC _51.
Time's out.
I thought he was done.
Oh, what a morning of calls, man.
Fantastic.
That was great stuff. That's great stuff. Well, look, hope you enjoyed the show. We got football. We got big one Tuesday night, big 2 Tuesday night. And then we'll be back Wednesday morning. We'll be back Friday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you hit the follow button on all the socials at Group of Five Guys. Go to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the Believe Network, wherever you get your best podcasts. Subscribe to the channel, leave a 5-star rating and a review. Tell your family and friends all about us. God bless Group of Five. God bless Group of Five guys. Have a great week.